I think it's fair to say that the bearded geniuses of the Maida Vale studio basement have been responsible for some of the most exciting and original noises in broadcasting history. Let's treat ourselves to just a few. Interestingly, the noise that this Trifid makes is identical to the sound of a Martian fishing boat.
But Bert had got to like the Martians. And anyway, it seemed then that that was all the future there could be.
You know, much of our so-called knowledge of the universe is largely speculation. But in performance terms, we've covered quite a bit of ground. From space villains who shout, to heroes in roll necks, to aliens of the speaking, hissing and gurgling variety. But there is, of course, another important living species aboard a spaceship, and that's artificial intelligence. The talking computer and the humorous robot are as much a feature of the sci-fi landscape as laser guns and sliding doors. Artificial intelligence was defined by the great British mathematician Alan Turing, who I played, of course, in the musical Turing-a-Ding-Ding at the Shaftesbury in 1999. Artificial intelligence, said Turing, in the number that opened Act 2, as a matter of fact, must be capable of holding a convincingly human conversation for 15 minutes. There is quite a few people in this building, actually, who wouldn't pass the Turing test. And the marketing department of Turing-a-Ding-Ding. I don't know what planet they were on. But the talking computer is usually the most intelligent voice in a sci-fi story. It can be slightly unrewarding to play, of course, because often you're just there to tell the others what's gone wrong. But on the plus side, you bypass the whole roll neck issue, and you can virtually phone it in from Hampstead.
Standard hypnotic procedure, audio pulse signals with visual support. All life support systems have ceased to function.
What are the surface conditions on horizon?
Negative information.
Population?
Negative information.
Further information is essential before decision can be taken.
Well, is the information on horizon classified?
Negative information.
Did you hear me?
I cannot answer.
Can't. Or won't.
I cannot answer.
Have you any information on horizon's defenses?
Negative.
There's a surprise.
You are carrying weapons. You will remove them.
We prefer to keep them with us.
You will remove them.
No.
Vox, how can somebody be in two places at the same time?
There is no record, Nathan. Bang goes another good idea.
You're being facetious.
The phrase is your own, Nathan.
Yeah, well, let's keep it that way. Erase it.
Humorous robots are a little bit more hard work than facetious computers. But then the robot tends to get more laughs, so you takes your choice. Now, all good sci-fi abides by the writer Isaac Asimov's laws of robotics, which were formulated, actually, in 1940, and which state, as you may remember from the big robot tap routine that closed the first half of Turing-a-Ding-Ding, a robot may not injure a human being. He's got to do what they want. Don't you go disagreeing. I can't think why that show never ran. Still, if you don't spend any money whatsoever on marketing and publicity, what do you expect? Now, there are two additional laws of robotics that have been formulated by television. A robot must have an appealing name, and a robot must move about in an amusing fashion.
Follow them, K9.
Master.
Let me know where they settle.
Forget it, Burkett. Drop that bar before you do any more damage.
I am a third-generation robot myself. We get names like Gideon. There were plenty of us Gideons manufactured at the factory for bar work. I was the last one out. I will tell you a story. I am programmed to tell stories, you know. Well, I will tell you this story. There was this Englishman, there was this Scotsman, and there was this Irishman.
You wish we a merry... No, recheck. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Never underestimate the viewing public's willingness to fall in love with a robot. They're among the most popular TV characters of the last 50 years. Never turn down a bot part, because if it's got a quirky delivery, funny movements, and sufficiently memorable name, you're well on your way to getting your own spin-off series. Don't believe me? Having your own series propels you into a world of merchandising and sci-fi conventions and a lot of things that have nothing whatsoever to do with the reason one became an actor in the first place. I'm not sure what that reason was now, it's so long ago, but I'm fairly certain it had very little to do with going to a jury's inn for lunch with a bunch of giggling social misfits dressed up as me and shouting, "Resistance is futile." But, I mean, I do it because of pathological inability to say no to anything. And I charge them a flat £3,000 fee. Plus, of course, cat-sitting fees if it's an overnight, which I think is only fair, you know, if one has to be away from home. You know, seeing that last clip of film with the poor girl running about the countryside in her leg warmers, I realised just how much of this programme we've spent cooped up in the studio. It's high time we tackled some sci-fi exteriors. So let's wrap up warm and get our thermals on. Let's water the plants and charge up our phones. We're going filming. The BBC's filming season is a short one, February through April.
Well done, Sergeant. Take me to the airstrip. We're spotted from the air.
These are arduous weeks for sci-fi actors as the days are short and there are many pages of shooting script to be accomplished.
Get after him, Lethbridge, Stuart. I'll contact you by RT.
Temperatures often fall below zero. The terrain is harsh and unforgiving. A high-protein diet is essential to see an actor through calorie-burning sequences like these. Inevitably, some fail to make it to the wrap party. Whenever I've gently and respectfully suggested that we film in the summer when there's more light, I'm met with piteous smiles. Filming is, of course, out of the question in July and August because that's when TV executives migrate to their holiday homes in the warm south. And, of course, they can't do anything in September because they're all in Edinburgh drooling over the latest infant comedian. And October is entirely taken up with half-term activities. November's for flu and Christmas shopping in New York. December's office parties, and then nobody does anything at all until the end of the holidays, which is mid-January, by which time it's time to go skiing again. I do not exaggerate. And, you know, I'm sorry, but if you want to achieve anything in life, then you have to make sacrifices. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. I mean, I had to give away my Glyndebourne tickets because it clashed with the recording dates of this, but, I mean, do I get compensated? Do I? Buggery. Well, you know, you just have...